Password accepted.
Hey guys, it's your girl Cameron and I'm back at it again with another video. We are going to talk about what happened to a celebrity. What happened? What happened to the appeal? What happened to the mystique? I'm going to use that word a lot. But what happened? I recently saw a tweet or referencing a picture of Mariah Carey and just how she had this like aura about her. Like celebrities don't do it like this anymore. And this made me think, you know, a lot of issues or topics we talk about are not isolated, and it's a part of a bigger culture, a culture shift, and a bigger conversation. So I wanted to talk about what happened. Why do we not look at celebrities like we did before? In the name of pop culture, is it a good or a bad thing? Please comment down below. What do you guys think? Do you feel like celebrities are still relevant? Are they still revered? Or is that kind of a thing of the past? And hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see more commentary like this one. And without further ado, let's just get straight into the video. Let's go. Cameron wrote notes for this video, guys. I am usually not very organized when it comes to commentary because I speak off the dome, but I should know better because I have studied broadcast journalism. Try to be as organized as possible, but the celebrity. There was a certain sense of mystique, mysterious, and untouchability and a fascination with celebrities, right? You see that this culture, it's like people know a little bit, but they don't know too much. And that's what makes a celebrity so intriguing and appealing. At least that's what it did in the past. So how do I define a celebrity in its purest, most honest form? I would say that somebody that is a household name, regardless of gender, age, demographic, or interest. Is somebody that everyone kind of knows. We have seen that celebrities are a lot more accessible now in the terms of social media. Things like YouTube, TikTok, reality TV is a huge part of breaking that barrier. And I think this is what has been causing a decline of this like mystery around celebrities. And some examples that I think are kind of an exception in today's world would be like a Beyonce. 100% Beyonce has that very like polished, mysterious, a lot of people long, right? Like we want more from her, but it's almost kind of perfect because we don't need more. Even a Rihanna is an example of somebody I think is touchable, untouchable, kind of gives me that old celebrity kind of feel. Past examples include people like Michael Jackson, of course, somebody like Mariah Carey or Janet Jackson. I think that these people were quite, I don't know, just it's in the material. I mean, look at these old pictures, paparazzi photos of celebrities. I mean, come on, it's in the material. Like it's gold. It's just, there's a certain about it that we just don't always see today. Now, I guess my question in this video is this a good thing or is it a great thing? Is it a bad thing? Are people finally restoring some sort of humanity into celebrities who are really honestly just people to begin with? But we do have to acknowledge in this conversation that, I mean, they're not just like you and I. At the core, at the base, yes, but in the overall grand scheme, they're not. They live very different lifestyles. I think the social media bit, although we do have more accessibility to these celebrities via social media, via these platforms, but it is still a fixed reality. So as much as I think people use the argument of social media, they're extremely accessible, I still feel like they do let us see what they want us to see. We talk about things like photoshopping and surgery, right? That it is not disclosed. There's a lot of things that still are kept a mystery from the public that we just won't know. And I don't ever think will kind of go away. But in a way, this in return makes people feel like they know celebrities better and it creates a parasocial relationship. So people kind of feel like, I don't know you, but I know you. I didn't mention like someone like Ariana Grande. She gives a little bit of herself, but she's still kind of a little bit of a mystery. She doesn't overpost. And if she does, it's really just about her work and her music. So that's like kind of an example, but people still feel like they know her. But you really don't. But I think nowadays with the social media part, it adds a totally different layer that makes us or creates the illusion that we know. we feel like we know celebrities better. So maintaining relevance. So what is the celebrity model now? How are people maintaining their relevance, and how are people becoming celebrities now? Because it's a different ballgame than it was back then. Back before, a lot of the times you either had to be a socialite, so you had to know somebody, maybe be born into a famous family, etc., like a Paris Hilton, right? The Kennedys. Just have this sense of like notoriety on their name. Or you generally had to be talented. Actor, movie star, same thing.
Oh, shit.
Singer, an athlete, right? There were certain criterias that you got to for being famous. But there's a different model these days. Now, I want to talk about something that's so important and vital to this celebrity conversation is the paparazzi. There's a common practice, and it's basically call the paparazzi on oneself. Call them yourself, right? Which can be common not only with like D-listers or C-listers, but A-listers. Big celebrities have been known to do this.
I'll take it to a different level. I've had celebrities come up to me and do setups.
Yeah.
And say, hey, I'll be at the park I'll be here. Why don't you come get it exclusive, put it out there so my name's out there so I could get more work.
And I argue now, because people aren't as interested in that celebrity lifestyle, I think celebrities do it a little bit more to get a buzz, to get people talking, to get a look, just to get themselves out there, because the media is a little bit different now. So instead of getting people talking in the magazines, right, and the tabloids, you kind of want to get your name buzzing back on social media. The origin of the paparazzi can be traced back to the 1950s. So it's actually not that old of a concept. So magazines were specifically looking for photos that weren't staged but candid. Usually they wanted to find pictures of celebrities and capture candid photos that didn't make them look so good. When people are trying to find their relevance, they want to utilize this model of the paparazzi. Regardless if it's good or bad, you hear the term, good or bad press, it doesn't matter, people are talking. So it's that idea, and it's been proved quite effective for a lot of celebrities to create a mystique around them, right?
The Kardashians' stories start to die down. All of a sudden you see them come out in groups and just start hitting all little trendy areas one day after the other. That's not a coincidence.
Because, hey, like, this person has people following them. Who are they? You dream of something like that if you want to get into the showbiz. That's one of those things that comes with it, which is the most formal sense of celebrity that you can get. It's Hollywood culture, and it's definitely a great tool. You also have to think about how the value of the paparazzi model has kind of devalued slightly, because paparazzi would try to catch pictures of people doing anything. But now a lot of people get ahead of the curve. A lot of these celebrities are posting themselves. So like if a new paparazzi photo comes out, it's not as groundbreaking. Now you could see the opposite, like when that paparazzi photo of Kylie Jenner without makeup dropped. That was almost groundbreaking, because we usually see this distorted reality on social media that she's been able to craft. I think celebrities are much able to better craft their image. So you kind of see how she did the damage control to be like, hey guys, I still am a bad bee, okay? That wasn't me, you know? What famous people are trying to do now to continue to keep their relevance? Some people will consider celebs more relatable now, and I don't know if that's a desired trait that a lot of people want to see in a celebrity. So they attempt to cross over to like YouTube. They're trying to take over the platform, right? Because they realize people aren't watching TV as much. YouTube was a platform that has created a great relationship with audiences, because people wanted to see people that looked like them, that were just like them. It wasn't so staged, it wasn't so rehearsed, right? And I think celebrities are like, I need to get a little piece of the bit, because, you know, people don't care about me anymore. People don't care about, you know, 5-star dinners and what I'm doing and X, Y, and Z. Like, I have to figure out a way to be just like you. And this is happened a little too much, because some of these celebrities be sharing disgusting details, okay? Like things that I don't need to know. This relatability trend. Mega rich people are trying to market themselves that way and relate to people not even in the same sphere. So now it feels kind of disingenuous and awkward. We see celebrities now kind of overshare details about like how often they shower, how they use the bathroom. They don't clip their like these random ass things. And it's like, do you really think that that is what relates to the common person? Do you really think we are that poor and normal that we don't wash our ass? Like, that's not relatable. It's disgusting. So it's almost kind of gotten out of control to where I think people are kind of turned off. Like, it feels desperate. It feels disingenuous. I think people appreciated when celebrities were kind of just like celebrities, like, stay there. But now, the celebrity model. People are becoming famous for being themselves. Kids, teenagers are becoming famous for dancing in their bedrooms, aka TikTok. Like, there's a lot of unconventional ways, and that is starting to blur the line to me. Going back to the household name, to me, I think it's dicey because what some people would consider celebs today, I don't think are technically household names. Some of them might be because, like, if you have children, you might know who some of these people are. Like, it's kind of inevitable. But it's not like the Michael Jackson status. Anybody walking off the street, you could say, do you know who Michael Jackson is? Do you know who Mariah Carey is? 9 times out of 10, a lot of people are going to say yes, right? It's not that anymore. And that's why I'm like, do I consider them celebrities? So blueprints. I want to talk about blueprints for this new form of celebrity. Who are people trying to be like? Well, we're going to talk about the case of Kim K. I feel like she weasels her way into every corner of pop culture that you could talk about at this point. Like, super influential. So we all know Kim initially kind of became famous by association. Yes, her dad was kind of known, be in proximities to celebrities, but she wasn't a celebrity. Catapulted to fame, we know how. But skipping that, reality TV. Reality TV is a huge way that people hope to become famous. And she took her family with Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and ever since then they've created this empire. It's undeniable, and it's actually quite phenomenal in an odd way. You can disagree or agree with, you know, how they rose to fame, but a lot of people couldn't do that. And that's kind of a part of my argument. The show was a shift in celebrity. This was basically a family famous for being famous. Like, they weren't particularly good at anything. Definitely not. Nobody had a set talent. And this is where her story is interesting. As much as she was able to share so much of her life, she's able to still carry this celebrity mystique. Like, I would consider her an A-lister. And I've talked about this relatability trend, how I feel like this has kind of dialed back how people view celebrities and how they're interested in them. But I think Kim actually did the opposite. I think it's actually quite interesting how she literally shared her entire life for like 12 plus something years, right? And she was still able to not be too relatable. Really, that whole family. And I think people kind of have that hope, right? Like, maybe I can take this relatability and translate this into celebrity and it might work. I think a lot of people want to follow that model, but I think there's only space for so many people to do it. Another person that I wanted to briefly mention was the case of Cardi B. Cardi B, if you know, you know. But she did not just come out of nowhere, right? Like, she was making videos on Instagram, like funny videos. People loved her for her personality. And I mean, she was on Love and Hip Hop. And a lot of people fell in love with her personality. They thought she was funny, comical, real. And she kind of became a celebrity through the model of being herself. The regular girl, the girl who can relate to you and I. Or I'd argue she's another blueprint for that. And obviously she translated to rapping and inspired a whole new generation of rappers. But just in general, I think people want to model their celebrity and success. But I don't think that works for everybody. Do I think celebrity has waned? Has that been kind of dialed back? I think yes and no. I think it is evolving, as things always do. Nothing can stay the same forever. It just can't. Everything doesn't deserve a huge think piece like I'm doing right now, because sometimes things just change. But we do have to admit that there's like this extreme access to celebrities that we have that do kind of lessen that appeal. I mean, I just want you guys to think about how dead award shows are in the grand scheme of things. Like, people don't tune into award shows like they used to. Really cares that much. People used to. Like, think about like all of these moments where like Justin Timberlake saw Britney kissing Madonna on stage. Think of all of these like X moments and breakup moments and the Kanye Taylor moment. And even in the 90s, in the 80s, like when Michael Jackson was in his prime. There's a difference. Like, people wanted to see this because this was like the few nights of the year where you actually got to see your favorite celebrities, and you still didn't get too much. When you can see your fave celebrity every day, they're going on live, oversharing their lives, oversharing their business. Like, I think there should always be a sense of privacy and mystery to you, regardless of celebrity. but a lot of them overshare. So like, think about it. People don't really care about award shows. People don't care, because why would I care when I see your ass every single day on the gram? I guess if I had to sum this up, I do think the value of the celebrity has gone down. There's a select few, but people who we consider celebrities, to me, I don't think they have that pull. They don't, these old Hollywood tactics that people use, but I don't think that they work as much as they used to. So that's my thoughts. Comment down below. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you feel like the celebrity value has kind of, the price has dropped? And please hit that subscribe button if you want to see more commentary from me. Please, 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 please tune back in at a later date. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.